Hi everybody, it's Sharon from Blessed to Craft Designs. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you joined me today. Last week I showed you how I packaged my wholesale tea light candles. Well, this week I decided I want to show you how to make these, whether you want to make them for personal use or if you're a candle maker like I am and you want to add these to your shop. I want to show you what my process is. So I want you to hang tight and come back and I'm going to show you how to make these candles. Okay, so let me show you the supplies that I use. This is 464 soy wax and it comes in this flake form. I use this wax for my candles and my tea lights, the larger candles. Now these cookie sheets, you can get them from the dollar store. As you can see, mine are well loved. I use these quite often. I also have Wicks stickers that I get from Amazon. You could opt to not use Wicks stickers, but I prefer to use them with my candles. And these are the wicks that I use. It's HTP 31, and I find that soy wax works really well with HTP 31. So this is kind of what I've used for most of my candles, the HTP line. And these cups, these tea light cups, I get those from Northwood Candle as well as the Wicks. So if you use a different type of wax, you will have to test to see what type of wick works. And this little dispenser, I get this from Amazon. I think it's like a pancake dispenser. I think you can also use it for making chocolate, but I found it works really well when trying to pour out the wax, because it helps you to control it a little bit better versus trying to pour it out of a pitcher. So now I'm going to go ahead and get all of my tea light cups laid out and counted out, and you'll see I kind of do them in like 20s, like 20, 40, 60, and then the very back row up to the top, there's 5 up there, because I always pour more. You never know when something's going to happen. Maybe something doesn't come, you never know. So I always pour more. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my wicks ready to be placed in these. So I'm going to peel off the back for all of my stickers. I do everything together. It's kind of like an assembly line. I don't just do one at a time. So I'm going to peel all of these and place the wicks on all of the stickers. As you see here, just makes it a whole lot easier. And I do have some, I call them duds. I found that in that bag of like 500, there's always going to be some where the wick comes loose from the metal part. So you just kind of have to watch out for that when you're placing these down, to make sure that you don't want these to come apart after you've already poured. So I am going to show you with the tea light cups, there's a circle in the middle, and you'll see right there, that is where I try to aim the metal part of the wick, not the wick sticker, but the actual metal part of the wick, because that helps me make sure that it's going to be centered. And as you can see, I've done all 65 of them here. Now we just have to get the wax ready. And I'm going to do that by putting the wax as much as I can get in there in that dispenser that I showed you, and it'll come up in just a moment. And I'm going to make sure that I check my temperature. I notice that if I pour inside of these tea light cups at a warmer temperature, it causes the wicks to kind of fall a little bit more, and then I have to spend a lot of time trying to center the wick. So I try to wait until the wax is about 140-ish. I think it got here to about 145. But the cooler the wax is, the better chance that I don't have to spend time afterwards trying to make sure the wicks stay centered or upright, because they'll start leaning over if the wax is too hot. So you'll see me here in the beginning. I'm doing this with 2 hands, y'all, because it's heavy. 60 tea lights is about 4 pounds of wax altogether. So when I start doing this, I use 2 hands, and you'll see me kind of switch around in a minute. And even my hand right here is shaking, because it's still kind of heavy when you have the full thing you know, all of that is full of wax. So just be careful when you're using this so you don't accidentally, you know, slip out of your hand or whatever the case may be. And I'm going to show you a different angle in just a few minutes. I'm going to pour these real quick, but I'll show you what it looks like on the side. And here it is on the side, and you want to make sure you fill it all the way to the top, and that's why that dispenser just helps control how much wax is coming out. If you can keep it from going over the top, trust me, it saves you later on because you don't spend a lot of time trying to clean the sides of your tea light candles. It happens sometimes, and it's not that big of a deal. Just, you know, the more you don't have to waste wax, you know, cleaning it up and your time and all that kind of stuff, the better. So just letting you see what it looks like from the side. And now all 65 of them are done. And now I just have to spend just a little bit of time making sure they're straight. And you see some where it looks a little streaky. That's because I poured warmer wax into a cup where it had cooled down just a little bit. So now all I need to do is I'll clean these up a little bit if there are any that spilled over. If you look to the left, there is one of the extras where the wax spilled over just a little bit. Showing you there. And I'm going to trim the wicks for all of them. I let these cure for, these are unscented, so I usually let them cure for, you know, a couple of days. If they are scented, then they need to cure for anywhere to 1 to 2 weeks. And then I'm just showing you that I'm going to go ahead and trim the wicks. And some of them are still just a little wonky, and that's, again, that's why I pour more, just in case I need them. And you'll see at the end of this video how they look packaged again. And you'll also see my website coming up, Kamari Candle Company, on Etsy. So if you haven't visited my shop, please do so. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, be blessed.